Hi all, greetings of the day. So today, this presentation explores how business analytics can support performance analysis and improvement in the UK budget airline sector from 2014 to 2023. Overview and purpose. Budget airlines, though limited in service, have made air travel more accessible. Valued at around 11.1 pound billion, this sector is vital for domestic and short-haul international travel. Key players include Ryanair, EasyJet, Jet2.com, Wizz Air UK, and Flybe, which ceased operations again in 2023. Using real data, we apply summary statistics, correlation, regression, and dashboards to evaluate airline performance. The aim is to understand responses to events like COVID-19, fuel price shifts, and changing customer demand, and show how analytics can drive smarter decisions moving forward. Data collection and selected variables. Beauty in its own kind, the selection will be guided by the UK market relevance of the top 5 airline companies with large budget. From a perspective of reliability and integrity of data, I collected the data from leading industry recognized databases and annual reports of companies Fame, Statista, IBIS World, Yahoo Finance, and others. These sources gave us the financial and operational performance indicators for each year. For the purpose of this analysis, we considered 6 major variables describing the financial performance, efficiency, and size of the airline operations. Revenue in either British pound or euro, depending upon the airline's reporting currency, number of passengers, which is the total customer carried annually, profit before tax as the most crucial economic measurement for profitability, load factor, which symbolizes the percentage of available seating capacity occupied by remunerated passengers, operating margin, which showcases the efficiency of radioactive operations in comparison to revenue. And finally, fleet size, which indicates the capacity and scale to operate routes. These variables from complementary views of airline performance, from profitability to operation for trend analysis, statistical modeling, and strategic interpretation in the ensuing sessions. Trend analysis. Ryanair's revenue breakdown show heavy reliance on scheduled flights with ancillary price supporting its ultra low cost model. EasyJet's monthly passenger dropped from over 6 million pre-COVID to under 1 million in 2020 to 2021, but recovered strongly by 2023, indicating brand loyalty and effective recovery. This air revenue shift shows growing focus on the UK and Central or Eastern Europe, reflecting targeted cost-effective expansion. Jet2.com saw steady growth from 6 to 15 million passengers by 2019 with a sharp COVID dip but strong recovery post 2021. Flybe peaked at 9.5 million passengers in 2018, ceased in 2020, briefly returned in 2022, and folded again in 2023, highlighting the vulnerability of regional carriers. Collectively, the data shows how analytics help explain sector volatility, airline resilience, and support strategic decision making in the budget airline space. Summary statistics of UK budget airlines. EasyJet followed with an average of 90 million passengers, plunging to 1.46 million in March 2021 before recovering to 82.8 million in 2023. Ryanair led the market with around 116 million passengers annually pre-2020, dropping to 28 million during the pandemic, but rebounding strongly to 169 million in 2023. Wizz Air Wizz Air UK saw rapid growth, averaging 30 million passengers and reaching 51 million by 2023 due to aggressive expansion. Jet2.com grew steadily from 5 million in 2014 to 15.5 million in 2019, then dropped to 7.85 million in 2020. Flybe, once a major player with 7 million passengers on average, peaked at 9.5 million in 2018 but ceased operation in early 2020. These figures highlight industry trends and shocks. Metrics like average, standard deviation, and minimum or price values are vital for forecasting and risk analysis, which we will explore further in the correlation and regression session. For Ryanair, a strong positive correlation was noted. An increase in passenger means an increase in revenue proportionate to them. The regression analysis has shown that once you take passengers into account, you are explaining 87% of revenue variance between the years 2014 and 2023. Equally, for EasyJet, R2 is equal to 0.85 was entered, meaning that a very strong linear trend was present. It must, however, be mentioned the one outlier period of 2020 to 2021 when the COVID-19 pandemic occurred. Passenger numbers fell during those 2 years, while fixed cost and disruptions apart their expected relation to revenue. If these data points are not taken aside, the trend would be distorted by them. This sort of analysis serves for business forecasting. Having achieved high R squared values, one can confidently argue expected revenue with respect to passenger load projection for basing strategic decision related to fleet acquisition or cost optimization. The same model could similarly apply to the emerging carriers like Wizz Air, where high growth routes would need to be validated against historical trends. Business interpretation and recommendation. Statista data highlights Ryanair and EasyJet as a dominant player in UK budget aviation, with Ryanair's success driven by its low-cost model and extensive European network, and EasyJet showing strong post-COVID passenger recovery, reflecting revenue consumer trust. Visa UK's growth in Central and Eastern Europe suggests that regional focus and operational efficiency can carve out success even in a competitive market. Jet2.com's steady rise, supported by packaged holidays and strong UK presence, helped it remain resilient during and after the pandemic. Flybe illustrate the strong volatility, declining operations, and repeated shutdowns reveal how smaller carriers are vulnerable to financial and operational shocks underlying the needs for data-driven strategies. From a business analytics view, airlines should adopt predictive tools to forecast demand, apply dynamic pricing, manage cost, and optimize routes. Real-time analytics and customer segmentation can enhance responsiveness. In my view, you UK budget airlines must strengthen digital analytics and adopt flexible models to stay competitive and better withstand future disruptions. Conclusion. This paper reviewed the evaluation of UK budget airline industry over the past decade. Ryanair and EasyJet maintained strong position in both revenue and passenger number, while Jet2.com and Wizz Air UK showed notable growth in the post-COVID period. In contrast, smaller carriers like Flybe struggled, ultimately exiting the market. Correlation and regression analysis confirmed a strong relation between passenger numbers and revenues, highlighting the value of data-driven forecasting for strategic decision making. The key takeaway is that a volatile, cost-sensitive industry, airlines that adapt adopt analytical tools for forecasting, cost control, and market adaptation are more likely to withstand disruptions and seize future opportunities. That's all for today. Thank you.